Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing WWE Hot Take Season 2, Episode 27, and grab us some popcorn, get comfortable, because we have a record-setting 12 hot takes this week. 2 for Monday Night Raw, 2 for NXT, 2 for Friday Night SmackDown, 2 for NXT's Great American Bash, 2 for Saturday night's main event, and 2 for the All-Women's Evolution pay-per-view. What's your hot take of the week? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, today's video is sponsored by W Energy Drinks. Are you looking for a new energy drink that leaves you jitterless and able to focus in on any task at hand? Then go check out W Energy Drinks today. They have a plethora of different flavors, including Tiger's Blood, Calio Cream, Push and Punch, and so many more. And if you want to try all the flavors, they have a 3-flavor and a 6-flavor sampler pack. And if you want to buy in bulk, you can get a 4-tub bundle and a 5-tub bundle. Each tub will make you about 90 energy drinks. Yes, 90 energy drinks. So definitely keep that in mind. They also have bottles and shakers, including designs like the Joker and Black Wolverine. And if you're looking for some merch, they got you there too. They got shirts, they got hoodies. And if you don't feel like making the drink, again, they got you covered there too, with a 12-pack of 12-ounce cans in mango orange cream and strawberry banana. So go check out W Energy Drinks today by going to www.w.gg or search W Energy Drinks in your Google search bar below. And when you do get to checkout, make sure you use promo code Nikki D Russis, 12 characters, all caps, no spaces, NICKYDRUSSAS for 10%. Yes, 10% off your entire order. The link will be in the description below, so go check out W Energy Drinks today. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have an amazing day, and without further ado, let's get to our first hot take of the week. Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles feud is hilarious in the best possible way. Well, over the last few weeks, Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles have been on a feud regarding the Intercontinental Championship. AJ Styles has been wanting a match for the Intercontinental Championship, but Dominic Mysterio has not been medically cleared to compete, even having a doctor's note. We saw Dominic Mysterio give the doctor's note to AJ Styles to read. AJ Styles put on a pair of reading glasses, which that in itself was outright hilarious. Read the doctor's note. It said on there that Dominic Mysterio was a punk ass, and then we seen Dominic Mysterio with a cake backstage that was from AJ, and AJ doing the whole "I'm watching you" with his hands was just another hilarious moment between these two. Honestly, I absolutely love the chemistry that Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles have. I can't wait to see them actually lock up in the ring. I'm really hoping Dominic Mysterio is medically cleared before SummerSlam, because if these two superstars have a match for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, it is going to be so entertaining. I would still have Dominic Mysterio retain with the help of Finn Balor and JD McDonough. But I still think that this feud has been one of the best feuds right now on Monday Night Raw. It is the one feud that makes me sit back and laugh every single week. No matter how silly it is, no matter how serious it seems to be. These two are excellent at bringing the best out of each other when it comes down to promo skills and work. I really can't wait to see what they do in the ring. I really think that Dominic Mysterio's career not only will catapult, but I feel like Dominic Mysterio will become a lot better of a wrestler once he's in the ring with somebody like AJ Styles, a veteran, a future Hall of Famer, a former WWE champion. The phenomenal one is always phenomenal on the big stage. Dominic Mysterio has been building up quite the reputation, dating back to teaming up with his dad, to taking on his dad at WrestleMania, to defending and being in the corner of Liv Morgan throughout a lot of 2024. Dominic Mysterio has really built a reputation of being a very entertaining superstar. So I think having Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles in the ring is going to be magic, and I really hope that feud continues after SummerSlam as well. I would love to see a best of three series between Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles that finishes out 2025. I definitely think they have enough promo work to make that work when it comes to extending the storyline for the rest of the year. And I think these two would give us a hilarious moment after hilarious moment, magical match after magical match, every single time they come on our screens. These two both are wrestling treasures right now, and like I said, I cannot wait to see what Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles has planned for us next Monday. What they have planned for us possibly at SummerSlam. What they have planned for us after SummerSlam. Because these two are two top-notch Raw superstars, and honestly, this has been such an excellent run. I am sports entertained to the max when it comes to this feud. No denying that. But honestly, I couldn't love this feud more right now. And in my honest opinion, Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles feud is hilarious in the best possible way. Our second hot take of the week: Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria at Evolution could steal the show. Well, this past Monday night, we learned that Becky Lynch will be defending the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria in a triple threat match at Evolution. And Becky Lynch came out, and this week she stated a lot of facts that honestly I agree with. Becky Lynch doesn't understand why this triple threat match is taking place, considering last week Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria fought to a double draw. Nobody won in the number one contenders match. So just to be thrown into a triple threat match now, honestly, Becky Lynch made 100% sense when she said that she doesn't understand why this match is happening, and honestly, I don't understand why it's happening either with the build that it's had. Yes, this is where we needed to be. We needed to have this triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship at Evolution, but how we got there, in my opinion, was really sloppy. I don't think the storyline between these three women made much sense coming from Night of Champions, and honestly, I feel like that's a flop on WWE's half. I feel like if all three of these women last week just came to a complete brawl, the match ended via disqualification because Becky Lynch came down and just destroyed both of these women, not wanting to defend her title at Evolution, and then we made it official that it'd be a triple threat match because we didn't get a winner in the number one contenders match. That would have, in my opinion, made a lot more sense in this spot. But when it comes down to the match itself at Evolution, this match is going to be epic. We've seen Bayley and Lyra Valkyria already in the ring and how well they're able to reverse each other's moves, how well and good they look in the ring against each other. We've seen Becky Lynch and Bayley for the Intercontinental Championship. The chemistry and how personal it's gotten between these two women since WrestleMania 41 is definitely shown in every match since. Becky Lynch and Bayley just can't seem to have a bad match right now, and we've seen Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship when Becky Lynch won the belt. And honestly, the Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria match was next level. They were able to reverse each other so well. They looked so good in the ring. The chemistry was absolutely top notch. Shout outs to the NXT Women's Championship match in 2024 between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria, because that was the building blocks, in my opinion, that made this rivalry in 2025 more intensified. And honestly, these three women all hate each other. These three women all know each other so well. I do expect a lot of triple threat spots in this match at Evolution. I personally would give this match a good 20-25 minutes. You've got Bayley in there, a future Hall of Famer. You've got the man Becky Lynch, a future Hall of Famer. And you've got Lyra Valkyria, a former Women's Intercontinental Champion, a former NXT Women's Champion, and honestly, the sky is the limit when it comes to just how far Lyra Valkyria can go in WWE. I really feel like these three women can absolutely steal the entire stacked card of Evolution. Do I expect a new Women's Intercontinental Champion? Let's be honest, probably not. I do expect Becky Lynch to be able to some way, somehow find a way to get the pinfall when it matters most. If anybody in this match screams ultimate opportunist, it is the man Becky Lynch. And in order to win a triple threat match, you have to not only have your head on a swivel, but you have to be able to capitalize on critical situations. I think Becky Lynch has made a living doing that, and regardless, the Bayley and Lyra Valkyria are absolutely going to steal the show as well. So Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria at Evolution could steal the show. Our third hot take of the week will take us down to NXT. Is Yoichi Inamura the next NXT champion or Oba Femi's next victim? Well, we learned over the past few weeks that Inamura has earned himself an NXT title opportunity against the ruler of NXT, Oba Femi. It's going to take place at the Great American Bash, and these two have been absolutely excellent with their promo work and in the ring. Inamura really showing up those kicks to Oba Femi, but Oba Femi is not yet ready to give up his title and give up his yard, in my honest opinion. I do like the build we had up to this point. uh, Inamura earning the number one contender spot after beating Jasper Troy, who was Oba Femi's last challenger. So it made absolutely perfect sense. I like how Inamura is fighting with honor. Josh Briggs, on the other hand, seems a lot more unhinged. He's made it clear to Oba Femi that Inamura will fight you with honor, where he said, I will not. Oba Femi, trying to keep it between him and Inamura, said, Josh, this is not your fight. And honestly, I think that this could lead to a triple threat match somewhere down the road past the Great American Bash if we continue this feud past then. I do think that it would be a great match, in my opinion. I think that Josh Briggs could be the X Factor at the Great American Bash. Yes, Inamura is going to fight with honor, but when the chips are down, and everybody's down except Josh Briggs. Is Josh Briggs going to use dirty tactics and cheat to try to get Inamura the NXT title? That is a big question that I have when it comes to this match. Yes, Oba Femi has seemed to overcome everything in his path since winning the NXT championship back in January. Whether it's Trick Williams, whether it's Moose, whether it's Miles Bourne, Oba Femi has overcome all the odds that have been stacked against him thus far. Just over 6 months into this NXT title reign, I really feel like Inamura, though, is going to come with a different style of fighting that Oba Femi has yet to see. Inamura is going to come more with those back fists and those strikes and those kicks. And honestly, I think that's going to throw Oba Femi off at the beginning of this match. And Inamura is a lot bigger than he looks. When you put Inamura next to Oba Femi, there's not that big of a size difference. And I really feel like if Inamura could land the right shot at the right time, Oba Femi could be going night-night. And I've loved Oba Femi's title reign, but that just speaks to Inamura's fighting style and the way he handles himself in the ring. I do think that if the pace does pick up, though, I think that favors the ruler, Oba Femi, because we have seen that Oba Femi, yes, he's a very powerful fighter. He's a very dominant fighter, but Oba Femi can move around the ring very quickly for somebody that weighs 310 pounds, in my honest opinion. And I think that also could be another X factor in this match. I do think that this match should get at least 15-20 minutes on the card, considering there's only 5 matches right now for the NXT Great American Bash. But still, I think 15-20 minutes is all these two are going to need to put on an absolute classic. I really hope Josh Briggs doesn't get involved when we get to the tail end of this match. But even if he does, I still think that Oba Femi is the ruler in NXT for a reason, and I think he's going to be able to overcome even that. But the big question at the end of the day is Yoichi Inamura the next NXT champion or Oba Femi's next victim? Our fourth hot take of the week: the Evolution Summit was an excellent preview to Sunday. Well, this past Tuesday on NXT, we had an Evolution Summit that featured all the women that were going to be in the Battle Royal on Sunday. These were women not only from NXT, but from Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown as well. We even heard Stephanie Valkyr talk about how she was going to win the Battle Royal, and honestly, it broke down into complete chaos, but I absolutely loved it. It's a great way, in my opinion, to feature all of the women on television going into Evolution. I think all the women deserve to be on the show a little bit more often, but I do understand why it's difficult to make that happen. So shout out to WWE and NXT for really making it happen on the Tuesday before Evolution. But honestly, I can't wait for the Evolution match itself. We've got so many women in this match. We've got a Lash legend who's going to be an absolute wrecking machine. I believe she's one of the favorites. Speaking of wrecking machines, we're gonna have the Annihilator Nia Jax be a part of this women's Evolution Battle Royal, and Nia Jax won the first one in 2018 at the first All Women's Evolution pay-per-view. So it's a great chance for Nia Jax to win this event twice. We got Stephanie Valkyr, who's gonna be in this match. We all know how brilliant Stephanie Valkyr is in the ring. And we're gonna have Nikki Bella in this match. Honestly, I think Nikki Bella is going to do excellent in this match. Another deserving woman that deserves to be featured on the Evolution card. And I could be here all day. I believe there's like 20 women right now that are going to be in this match. So an absolute banger of a match. I always love battle royals to see who it comes down to regardless. In my opinion, battle royals are very entertaining. I kind of wish we had the Royal Rumble more than just once a year, because those are a lot of fun as well. But the Evolution Summit on Tuesday really gave the women time to be able to speak. Even Nikki Bella came out and said something. Jada Parker came out from the crowd talking about how she's gonna whoop everybody in Atlanta. And honestly, this summit was just chef's kiss in my opinion. I do think it could have gone on for a little longer, maybe had a couple of more women speak, but still, these women absolutely created chaos on NXT on Tuesday, and that's what's going to happen on Sunday. When all these women get in the ring and the bell rings, it's going to be chaotic. It's going to be every woman for themselves all over the place. So when we're talking about previewing into Sunday, I think that this did an excellent job, and honestly, it's got me that much more hyped up to see the Battle Royal, because the winner of the Battle Royal does get a championship opportunity at Clash in Paris. So there's definitely a lot on the line for these 20 women moving forward. I do think that Stephanie Valkyr is most likely going to come out victorious, considering the role she's been on. But with superstars like Lash legend Nia Jax in this match, you can never be too sure of that. So that's what I like about the possibility of maybe an upset. I mean, how did Miles Bourne become the NXT #1 contender? Nobody expected him to survive the 25-man battle royal. So there's definitely an option for an upset here. But in my opinion, the Evolution Summit was an excellent way to preview the Sunday. Our fifth hot take of the week will take us over to Friday Night SmackDown. Sol Ruka stole the night with her double soul snatcher. Well, this past Friday night we had a fatal four-way match. One woman representing each of the four teams that are going to be competing for the women's tag team titles at Evolution. And this match was a great match, in my honest opinion. But in my opinion, Sol Ruka stole the night. Anybody who's been sleeping on Sol Ruka, in my opinion, needs to wake up immediately. Because the way that she soul snatches every woman in NXT is just incredible. Sol Ruka is the NXT Women's North American Champion. She is the Women's Speed Champion, and how she got there was soul snatching and just outright amazing. Sol Ruka has the build of Charlotte Flair, but is able to fly around the ring like Io Sky. Honestly, I absolutely love how athletic Sol Ruka is in the ring. I feel like Sol Ruka is one of those hidden talents that just doesn't get the credit she deserves, considering the in-ring ability she has. I really hope that she comes up and becomes a mainstay on Friday Night SmackDown, because in my opinion, when I look at the NXT women's division, I definitely feel like Sol Ruka at this point is one of those veterans that have been here for a couple of years now, and in my opinion is ready to be called up to the main roster. Do I think she's ready for Monday Night Raw? Probably not yet. But I think if you're going to call up Sol Ruka at this point in her run, I think she would most likely excel on Friday Night SmackDown. I feel like if you're going to have Tiffany Stratton be the champion after SummerSlam, I feel like Sol Ruka would be an excellent opponent for Tiffany Stratton in the WWE Women's Championship on Friday night. Sure, she might have to lose the Women's North American Championship, but that's only to be called up to bigger and better things, in my opinion. I think Sol Ruka right now can compete with the best on Friday nights. I think Sol Ruka could give Charlotte a run for her money. I think Sol Ruka could give Alexa Bliss a run for her money. I think Sol Ruka could give Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton. The list goes on Friday nights of the competition that Sol Ruka would be facing each and every Friday. But I do think that she has been absolutely fabulous in NXT throughout her 2-year run. I think the only thing that Sol Ruka has yet to accomplish in NXT is becoming the NXT Women's Champion. But I think that Sol Ruka right now is ready to soul snatch on Friday nights. We saw just how innovative she could be when she hit a double soul snatcher. It was just incredible. It was definitely move of the night, in my opinion. Just there was nothing on Friday nights outside of that that was remotely as amazing as seeing Sol Ruka snatch not one but two souls at the same time. This, in my opinion, should catapult Sol Ruka to Friday nights, because it's not very often you see women come from NXT and actually shine the way Sol Ruka did and not get called up to the main roster. I mean, in my honest opinion, I think Sol Ruca would excel on the Friday night roster. And even though Sol Ruca didn't win this fatal four-way match, in my opinion, Sol Ruca stole the night with her double soul snatcher. Our sixth hot take of the week: Wyatt Six winning the WWE Tag Team Championships is well deserved. Well, this past Friday night, the Street Profits put their tag team titles on the line against the Wyatt Six once again. The first time that these two teams collided for the championships, the entire tag team division on Friday Night SmackDown came out, bum rushed the ring, and ended up in a complete brawl, disqualification. We didn't have a winner, so here we are running it back to try to get a decisive winner between these two teams. But both of these teams just came out the box. All systems go, in my opinion. Very back and forth match, in my opinion, as well, considering just how dominant the Wyatt Six have been since returning to WWE on May 23rd, Bray Wyatt's birthday, because since they've returned, they have come and completely cleaned up shop, taking out Raxium, taking out Motor City Machine Guns, taking out all the teams on Friday night, and just carving a path to those tag team titles, and so it all led to this. I do think it could have been better, though. I do think the Wyatt Six could have won these belts at SummerSlam, but still, it is great to see that the Wyatt Six have captured the WWE tag team titles. They clearly are the most dominant faction right now on Friday nights. It got to the point where all the tag teams were teaming up to take on the Wyatt Six. Yes, the Wyatt Six, there hasn't been a team on SmackDown that's been able to stop them singularly. They've had to really call in everybody on the tag team roster just to stand a chance. So it's great to see that the Wyatt Six are champions. But here's the thing. It is one thing to go and try to capture a championship. It is a whole nother level to defend the championship on a regular basis. You are coming from the hunter to the huntee at this point. And now that the Wyatt Six are the champions and the Wyatt Six are in the hunties, the Wyatt Six are in the I'm in the defending belts now phase. It is going to be excellent to see what some of these teams from Friday night are actually going to throw at the Wyatt Six. I like Fraxium to be maybe number one contender. I like Motor City Machine Guns getting an opportunity. It's going to make the title feel a lot more relevant. I really hope that the Wyatt Six will be defending these belts at SummerSlam against one of these teams from Friday night that happened to earn it in a number one contender match, similar what they did to the tag team titles with the Judgment Day on Raw. I definitely think that the Wyatt Six should be competing at SummerSlam, in my opinion, and I think that that's where they should have their first tag team title defense. But again, this tag team title win is so deserved for the Wyatt Six. And the whole build that they have had has been well deserved. These superstars are amazing. The storyline is amazing. The characters for the Wyatt Six is absolutely amazing. And it's almost like a new version of the Wyatt family. And I still am a huge fan of Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan of the Wyatt Wyatt family, in my honest opinion. And I've always loved everything that the Wyatt Six have done as well since returning, whether it's the VHS tapes, or it's just the flat-out destruction of obliteration that they've shown on Friday Night SmackDown, because that's what it is. They're obliterating the entire tag team roster, and I'm here for it. But at the end of the day, the Wyatt Six winning the WWE Tag Team Championships is well deserved. Our seventh hot take of the week will take us to NXT's Great American Bash. Ricky Saints should have won the NXT North American Championship. Well, at NXT's Great American Bash, the North American champion Ethan Page was putting his title on the line against Ricky Saints after Ethan Page told Ricky Saints he could have a rematch as long as he was able to run the Trinity Project Gauntlet, which is 3 matches against each member of Vanity Project. And if Ricky Saints was able to run the gauntlet and win all 3 matches, he would get a rematch. Ricky Saints then went on to run the gauntlet, defeating all 3 members of Vanity Project in order to solidify this match, the Great American Bash. But the history that Ethan Page and Ricky Saints has goes back a long way, at least a few months, where these 2 men have been battling over the NXT North American Championship. Ricky Saints was the man that Ethan Page defeated to become the NXT North American Champion. So this rivalry has been going on since Stand and Deliver, and honestly, I am absolutely here for it. We have seen just how savage Ethan Page can be since arriving on the scene. We've seen the damage he's done to somebody like Javon Evans. We've seen the damage he's done to somebody like Trick Williams. And Ethan Page and Ricky Saints have been absolutely excellent in this rivalry. I do feel like adding the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation was definitely a bump up for this match, because this match immediately spilled out of the ring, went into the audience. These 2 went everywhere, and I honestly absolutely loved it. Both men went flying up the entranceway, crashing through tables below, and Ethan Page was able to get his arm over Ricky Saints through the 1, 2, 3. Ricky Saints definitely went out in a blaze of glory in this particular situation, but I felt like this rivalry could have definitely shifted into another stratosphere if Ricky Saints was able to become the new NXT North American Champion, and we could have had another rematch down the road where Ethan Page becomes a 2-time NXT North American Champion. Sure, it's going hot potato with the North American Championship during their rivalry, but these 2 are as even as they come. These 2 have been back and forth their entire rivalry as well, and honestly, I would have liked to seen Ricky Saints kind of go to a darker side, considering how far we've seen Ethan Page go when he did capture the NXT Championship Championship, really targeting the throat of Ricky Saints. I kind of wanted to see a darker version of Ricky Saints. I did feel like he needed to elevate his character and add something new to the resume in order to get Ricky Saints elevated to that next level. I definitely think he still would have been a baby face because he would have been using dirty tactics against a heel who is known for using dirty tactics. So it's kind of the saying, I'm giving you a taste of your own medicine when Ricky Saints locks into this darker side. And honestly, I still loved the match between these two men. They pulled out a banger, as Sheamus would say, and you could make an argument that Ricky Saints and Ethan Page was the best match at NXT's Great American Bash, and I would agree with that statement because these two superstars stole the show, but in my honest opinion, Ricky Saints should have won the NXT North American Championship. Our eighth hot take of the week: does Blake Monroe deserve an NXT Women's Championship match? Well, this past Saturday at the Great American Bash, we had in the main event a tag team match as Fatal Influences JC Jane and Fallon Henley were taking on the team of Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe. After everything that has been going on between these four over the last few weeks, it all started on the June 17th edition of NXT when Blake Monroe signed her NXT contract to join the women's division, and she was met with a power bomb from JC Jane and Fallon Henley through a table. And then on the next week, Jordynne Grace was able to become the next number one contender to JC Jane's NXT Women's Championship after winning a fatal four-way match between Izzy Dane, Lash Legends, and Jada Parker, I believe. And those four women tore it up. And then we saw the alliance of Blake Monroe and Jordynne Grace realizing we both have a common enemy, and our common enemy has numbers. So we're going to have to team up out of necessity in order to take care of Fatal Influence. And we saw the little excursion that Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe went on. We saw the bonding time that they had. We've seen these four teams brawl off in the ring. Ava made it official on the July 1st edition of NXT, and honestly, these four women came out and stole the show. The Fatal Influence had control for a lot of this match, but that's just because they have great chemistry within each other. They know each other so well. They're actually a cohesive unit, whereas Blake Monroe and Jordynne Grace were teamed up just a few weeks ago out of necessity. But I will say that Blake Monroe and Jordynne Grace were excellent as a tag team. They were able to cut the ring in half when they had control of the match. They were able to get frequent tags in and out of the match to keep each other fresh. And honestly, I'm not against a Blake Monroe Jordynne Grace tag team that goes after the women's tag team titles. Because the chemistry is there between these two women. The dynamic is there between these two women, and I know it's going to be their first official tag team match we saw, but they didn't look like it to me. It looked like a team that's been going for a few months in NXT, if I'm going to be honest. I think that Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe are two powerhouses in the NXT women's division, but we also saw that in that main event at Great American Bash, Blake Monroe was able to pin the NXT Women's Champion Jordynne Grace clean in the middle of the ring for the 1-2-3 and get the win for Blake Monroe and Jordynne Grace, which is why this question comes to light. And that also depends on if JC Jane can survive Jordynne Grace on Sunday at Evolution. This also depends, if she does, if she can survive Misha Paravovic. I know I butchered that, but the challenger from TNA at Slammiversary on the 20th of July. If JC Jane is able to survive Slammiversary, I do feel like Blake Monroe is kind of high on the pecking order for getting a title opportunity, and that's mainly because she pinned the NXT Women's Champion. So I do feel like that is definitely a possibility, but I'm also wanting to see how it plays out with Blake Monroe and Jordynne Grace, because Blake Monroe at this current moment feels like she's okay with Jordynne Grace being NXT Women's Champion, but I'm also wondering if she does, will that cause friction? Does Blake Monroe still get a title opportunity for pinning the NXT Women's Champion? There's so much that goes into this, but Blake Monroe pinning JC Jane at Great American Bash brings up the question, does Blake Monroe deserve an NXT Women's Championship match? Our ninth hot take of the week will take us to Saturday night's main event. Drew McIntyre claymoring Jelly Roll was a mistake? Well, at Saturday night's main event, we had Drew McIntyre going one-on-one with the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, and Randy Orton had Jelly Roll in his corner. Drew McIntyre had Logan Paul in his corner, and as Randy Orton squared up with Drew McIntyre, and this was a pretty good one-on-one match. I do feel like it could have went longer, but I understand Saturday night main event point of view of not having long matches. You look back at Saturday night's main event's history, they really haven't had too many matches that have gone more than 10-15 minutes, so I definitely understand the concept, but this rivalry started with Drew McIntyre coming out on the July 4th SmackDown and really confronting Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre being as savage as he always is. I really feel like Drew McIntyre is one of, if not the most savage speakers in wrestling in 2025 right now, at least with WWE, and I feel like he was great on the July 4th edition to get a match with Randy Orton at Saturday night's main event, and I think these two did excellent in the ring. We almost saw a Claymore kick at one point of the match. Randy Orton is always able to strike that RKO out of nowhere. We did have Randy Orton have some back issues in this match, but he also had back issues in the King of the Ring finals at Night of Champions just 2 weeks ago. So I didn't expect that injury to just be a 100% gone now. Randy Orton's still going to carry that injury around with him, no doubt about that, but it's what happened after the match in this situation. After Randy Orton was able to get the win over Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul came to the ring, started to beat down Randy Orton, and that's where Jelly Roll put Logan Paul in his place, went to go check on Randy Orton, and as soon as he stuck his head up, Drew McIntyre delivered a devastating Claymore kick that put Jelly Roll straight to sleep. But we saw afterwards when Randy Orton and Jelly Roll were sat down and they discussed this. Jelly Roll had said that he's been training in WWE over the last few months, and I really feel like the way that Jelly Roll presented himself, this could be a mistake by Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul out the box here, because Jelly Roll has committed himself to this role. Jelly Roll has lost 200 pounds. Jelly Roll has been performing with WWE and training with WWE over the last several months. We even heard Triple H say that Jelly Roll has been extremely committed to the training that he's been doing with WWE, which in my opinion, you get that type of response from a Hall of Famer like Triple H. Honestly, that means you've been putting in the work. You've been putting in the grind. You've been in the trenches, and Jelly Roll is going to be teaming up with somebody as legendary as the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. Yes, Drew McIntyre is savage. Yes, Logan Paul is sneaky, and that right hand out of nowhere can put the best of them asleep. But Randy Orton is also out of nowhere. The three most devastating letters in all of sports entertainment, the RKO, comes out of nowhere. So Randy Orton's going to have no problem playing to that. I really hope we get a great performance at SummerSlam, between these four individuals. I definitely also hope it opens up the avenue somewhere down the road that we do Jelly Roll going one-on-one with Logan Paul as well. I definitely think that would be very entertaining. But honestly, I think that Jelly Roll right now has a lot of anger inside and a lot of frustration that he's ready to take out on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. So the big question to me is, Drew McIntyre Claymoring Jelly Roll was a mistake? Our 10th hot take of the week: was LA Knight supposed to beat Seth Rollins before the injury? Well, at Saturday night's main event, we saw Seth freaking Rollins going one-on-one with LA Knight. Yeah. And this rivalry has been going on over the last few months. LA Knight's been out here beefing with Braun Breaker, whether it's taking a spear or delivering a BFT. We saw LA Knight and Seth Rollins absolutely brawl through the arena a couple of weeks ago after Seth Rollins was trying to hightail it out the arena, only to have LA Knight appear from behind and attack Seth Rollins and lead to a brawl. We've even seen interactions between LA Knight and CM Punk, one of Seth Rollins' biggest rivals, and LA Knight telling CM Punk, go to the back of the line because it's Saturday night's main event. I'm the one with the match with Seth Rollins. And honestly, these two men came out and delivered in this match. LA Knight was just phenomenal. He is over like Rover with the WWE Universe. And Seth Rollins could make wrestling a match with a broom look good. That's how good Seth Rollins, in my opinion, is in the ring, heel or babyface. I'm not talking about his personality. I'm talking about his wrestling ability. Seth Rollins' wrestling ability and his wrestling IQ is through the roof. One of the best of our current generations, in my opinion. And Seth Rollins is excellent at being able to wrestle. And LA Knight and Seth Rollins just completely tore it up. They went back and forth. We thought LA Knight was going to get stomped. We thought Seth Rollins was going to get a B at the T. And at the end of the day, Seth Rollins went off the top rope, landed on his knee awkwardly. We paused for a moment, but before LA Knight hit the BFT 1, 2, 3 as LA Knight defeated Seth Rollins at Saturday night's main event. But that type of ending makes me wonder if it was a work. It makes me wonder if they just called the match on the fly, seeing the injury happen in front of them. Did they change their mind? Was Seth Rollins still supposed to win this match at Saturday night's main event if he didn't tweak his knee? So many questions when it came down to this match. It was one of the few matches I've seen in a while that left me with more questions than answers when it came to the landscape of WWE. I do want to say that if the injury to Seth Rollins is real, I really hope that he is able to make a successful recovery. It doesn't have to be quick. Knee injuries normally aren't quick, and this isn't the first time Seth Rollins has gone down with a knee injury. I'm looking at 2015 when he tried to powerbomb Kane up the top rope. Yeah, I remember that. This is not the first time Seth Rollins has had a knee injury. So a time length of when he should be back, in my opinion, is not on the table at all. I think Seth Rollins, you should be focusing on one thing and one thing only. Focusing on rehabbing, getting better, getting surgery, getting whatever you need to do to take the proper steps to make a successful recovery in order to get back in the ring. But honestly, it makes me wonder. It really does. I really feel like Seth Rollins would have won this match if it hadn't been for the injury. But if it's a work, then LA Knight was supposed to win all along. So definitely a lot of questions. I'll leave it to everybody in the comment section below. Was LA Knight supposed to beat Seth Rollins before Seth Rollins' injury? Our 11th hot take of the week will finally take us to the all-women's Evolution pay-per-view. Should Tiffany Stratton be WWE Women's Champion until 2026? Well, back in January, Tiffany Stratton had won the WWE Women's Championship by cashing in the Money in the Bank contract on Nia Jax on the January 3rd edition of SmackDown, and since then, Friday Night SmackDown has definitely been Tippy time. She teamed up with Trish Stratus at the Elimination Chamber. She took on and defeated Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41. And even since then, she has taken on Alexa Bliss as well. She took on Nia Jax in Saudi Arabia in a last woman standing match for the WWE Women's Championship. And this past Sunday at Evolution, Tiffany Stratton took on the 7-time women's champion, the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus, on the July 4th edition of Friday Night SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton came out and said Io Sky was able to pick her challenger for Evolution. So I feel like I should be able to do the same. She said, without further ado, my challenger, Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus came out, and Trish Stratus said she's not coming to compete. She's coming to win the championship. So I definitely couldn't wait to see this match, and I do feel like it could have been on later in the show. But still, these two women got a good 15, 20 minutes in the ring, and Trish Stratus left it all out on the line. She was able to really get her offense in well on Tiffany Stratton, even able to hit a Stratus faction at one point in the match. No, but ultimately, Tiffany Stratton was able to add Trish Stratus to her victim list of 2025 over people that she has successfully defended the WWE Women's Championship against. She'll have another opportunity at SummerSlam against Jade Cargill, who won the Queen of the Ring tournament. So if Tiffany Stratton is able to successfully defend against Jade Cargill, I really feel like the field is wide open. I feel like Alexa Bliss could be next in line. I feel like Sol Ruka could be next in line. I feel like there's a lot of women on the SmackDown roster. Julia, another one, could be next in line at a title opportunity against Tiffany Stratton, and I really feel like keeping the belt on Tiffany Stratton until WrestleMania 42 is probably the right move. It'll give Tiffany Stratton a year-long reign with the WWE Women's Championship, which I'm absolutely here for. Tiffany Stratton is over like Rover right now with the WWE Universe. And she's one of the few babyface champions we currently have in WWE. So to take the belt off of yet another babyface, I don't think would be the right move. Unless you have some babyfaces win some championships at SummerSlam. I'm looking at you, AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio. But ultimately, I think Tiffany is too over right now, and I think that she currently is the best women's wrestler on Friday Night SmackDown right now. I do think it's going to be a very epic match between her and Jade Cargill at SummerSlam. I do think it has the potential to go 25, 30 minutes and be an absolute classic. But I do feel like Tiffany Stratton is still going to walk out of that match WWE Women's Champion. And the big question is, should Tiffany Stratton be WWE Women's Champion until 2026? Our final hot take of the week: Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley was the best match of 2025. Well, at Evolution, we had the main event of the evening as Io Sky was defending the Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley, and this rivalry has been culminating for years at this point. Going into this match, Rhea Ripley has never been able to defeat Io Sky in her career. They went one-on-one in NXT, and Io Sky was victorious. They went one-on-one on the March 3rd edition of Monday Night Raw, where Io was victorious. Io was even able to defeat Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 41 to retain the Women's World Championship. And so every time Io Sky has been against Rhea Ripley, Io Sky has come out victorious, and we really toned in on that during this rivalry leading up to Evolution. It was really as simple as Io Sky coming out to the ring and Io Sky telling us that Adam Pearce allowed her to handpick her opponent at Evolution. Rhea Ripley came out and said, I want a title shot, and Io Sky said, I want to take on the best that this division has to offer, and right now Rhea Ripley is the best that this division has to offer. So just like that, it was made official at Evolution, and honestly, these two were amazing in the ring. We even saw the respect between these superstars early on in this match. We saw a lot of reversals and counters between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky as well. Io Sky controlled a good portion of the early part of this match. This match went 25-30 minutes. No denying that. And even when things got chaotic, perfect example when Io Sky accidentally drop kicked Jessica Carr, the referee, in this particular situation. This match spilled all over the arena. It went up to the blocks area where Io Sky dove about 20 feet down with a crossbody on Rhea Ripley. And even when we got back to the ring, the referee was still down and out. Rhea Ripley was able to hit Riptide, and the crowd counted to like 20. And there was no referee there to call the official ending. And then these two women started to really continue to put on an absolute stellar of a match. A few moments later, both women were down, which is when Naomi came out, cashed in the Money in the Bank contract, turning it into a triple threat match, which meant no disqualification. So Naomi took said briefcase, smashed Io in the face with it. Io was laid out in the corner, and Naomi was able to hit her moonsault 1, 2, 3, and new women's world champion Naomi. And honestly, I did absolutely love it. Naomi definitely deserved it to be able to cash in her contract successfully. Naomi is the epitome of what I tell what superstars should do when their character is not working. Naomi went back to the drawing board months ago. Naomi turned to a darker side, a more unhinged side of herself. She came back, told everybody to proceed with caution. And since she did that, she took out Jade Cargill. She won the Money in the Bank contract, and then she became the women's world champion by not only shocking Io Sky, not only shocking Rhea Ripley, but shocking the entire world. And honestly, it is well deserved by Naomi. The way everything that came together was absolutely phenomenal between these three women. We should definitely get a triple threat match between these three women at SummerSlam going forward. But in my honest opinion, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley was the best match of 2025. And that was WWE Hot Take Season 2, Episode 27. What was your hot take of the week? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Also, today's video was sponsored by W Energy Drinks. Are you looking for a new energy drink that leaves you jitterless and able to focus in on any task at hand? Then go check out W Energy Drinks today. They've got a plethora of different flavors. They've got bottles in all types of different designs. They've got hoodies and merch, and if you don't like making the drink, they got a 12-pack of 12-ounce cans in multiple flavors. So go check them out today. And when you do get to checkout, make sure you use the promo code Nikki D. Russis, 12 characters, all caps, no spaces, NICKYDRUSSAS for 10% 10%. Yes, 10% off your entire order. The link's in the description below. So go check out W Energy Drinks today. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video? Go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. And if you want to see some more of me, Nikki D, because you know you do, then go check out all of my videos on my channel. I've got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nikki D. This is the Nikki D channel, and I will see all of y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all.